wanna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. For those of you that are new here at Camp David Adventures, my name is Jill, and we are just happy to have you with us today. Things are certainly picking up around here. After our last video, we had just gone camping, and since we have gotten back, we have started our homeschool year. This year, we have a junior, which is my son Lincoln, and a senior, my daughter Kenya, and I cannot tell you guys, that came so fast. It was midsummer when we were thinking about what we needed to do for our curriculum this next homeschool year, and I couldn't believe it. This is Kenya's senior year, and actually before we ended last year, we were talking about it, and Kenya had enough credits to really graduate if she wanted to. We did sit down with Kenya, talk to her about it, see if she wanted to graduate early, and just have that ceremony this summer. But after much thought, she really wanted to finish out her senior year and have her official senior year. So I was excited, and it made me happy that she didn't want to graduate early and just keep moving on. It just made me happy to be able to have her for one more year, being able to homeschool her on this journey and her education. So I wanted to share with all of you today what it looks like to homeschool a high school junior and senior, and kind of share with you our plan for this year. In previous years, we've been part of a program where the kids are going to a weekly community day, and it's a very structured system. With everything that we have going on, we talked about it over the summer, and we have decided to not do that program this year. It's not because we stopped liking the program. It is a wonderful program. I highly recommend it. We used to do classical conversations. But with everything that we have coming up with Kenya's schedule, it just seemed to work out better with what she has going on with her music and everything, that we not do that program this year, and we do more of an a la carte program, which frees up her schedule a lot more. With Lincoln, same thing. We chose to try a different curriculum just to free up his schedule, and something that was maybe more along the lines of how his brain works and just how he learns, and a little bit more friendly for him as well. So totally new curriculum this year. Junior and senior year, lots of new things, but I'm excited to dig in. So when Kenya was talking to us about what she would like her senior year to look like, since she had finished all the state requirements for the state that we live in for high school, I kind of let her choose what she would like to focus on this year. And her main focus was she was really wanting to do a curriculum that was about worldview and apologetics. And so I was able to find a great curriculum that kind of had this and choose a couple different topics and put this all together for her. She still wanted to do a lot of the Greek mythology that she would have covered in her final year at CC. So I pulled a couple of books that they use in that program as well, and we built her senior year. So these two books, Streams of Civilization, Volume 1 and 2, she's going to be going through. This is mainly like her history course. It's the worldview course, and it also goes with Total Truth and The Universe Next Door. It's kind of built in throughout I want to say it's a 36-week curriculum that she will be doing the entire school year. And so that will be her history portion. And the great thing about this is the books that she uses for history, they wrap into literature, and a lot of the literature that she's covering is still within what she will be covering in history. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I really like it. Another thing she was really interested in is apologetics. So I was able to find this curriculum, and I love it. It's going to be going with this book and this book as well. It came with a couple other extra reads, and it just kind of goes through teaching her how to defend her faith and delve more into the topic of apologetics, but also to look at worldview. We have always encouraged our kids to make sure that they are looking at both sides of the story, to always have as much information as possible. So we're really excited for Kitty to be able to get through this. The other books in here are mainly like literature books. She's going to be writing papers on them and just really going through. She loves, last year, she did How We Should Then Live. That's also by Francis Schaeffer. So she was excited to see that she's also going to be using this book. These are a couple of the other books that she's going to be reading. I don't know, Iliad, that's been really good. She's dug into that pretty far right now. They're almost through that. The Odyssey, she was excited to read about. Gilgamesh, Candide, I think I said that right. You have Oedipus, Tyrannus, all sorts of just really great books from all over the world that helps with her worldview history that she is taking. Now, over that variety that you just saw that is going to be in Kenya's senior year, you might be asking, well, where's the science? Kenya has completed her science requirement for our state, so she's taken physical science, biology, and chemistry, along with anatomy and physiology, which is part of biology as well. But she's taken those and has all of her credits and her lab requirements for that. So she did not have to do a science credit this year. And then as far as math goes, she has more than exceeded the math requirement for the state of Colorado. She has finished, I want to say, Algebra 2 and gone through advanced mathematics and Saxon. So once again, we didn't have to add that to her curriculum this year. She has received the required credits that she needs to graduate from the state of Colorado. However, there's something that she was talking to me about. She loved her Saxon math curriculum that we got her all the way through, but she would always say, when am I going to use this in real life? And I love how most kids their age are always asking, when am I going to use this in real life? I was scrolling through Instagram one day and I found this curriculum for math and talked to Kenya about it, asked her if she would be interested in it, and she said, absolutely. So we have added this to her math curriculum, and she's been doing it for the past week, and she loves it because it's got real life problems in there. So I do recommend, if you have a high schooler, if you've already done your required credits for wherever you are, if they're always asking, well, when am I going to use this in real life? I would suggest picking up this curriculum. It's got a lot of great things in it. Here's kind of a breakdown. It talks about the journey, how to get where you're going, big decisions, making money. It's going to talk about your first job, commissions and tips, payroll deductions, how to file annual tax or annual income tax forms. Talks about the banking, which, yes, she's already had a lot of this, but it's kind of just covering it over one more time the last year before, she's really independent and having to figure this stuff out on her own. So next up is Lincoln's curriculum. He is a junior this year, and going through his transcripts and what he still has left, he still has history credits that he needs to get out of the way, math credit, science credit, and we're still doing English Lit and Comp together as well. So making sure that we fit those into his curriculum, but also doing a few other things that are going to be more along his style of learning. Lincoln is our guy that's more engineer-minded. He loves mathematics, really enjoys history and literature. Literature, not so much, but he knows that it needs to be done and it's good for him, but I wouldn't say it's his favorite subject. So here are the things that we have chosen for him his junior year of high school. So starting up here, Lincoln had American history his freshman year, but and then he had world history last year. We're coming back around to a more in-depth study, I would say more of actually a college level study of American history. So these are going to be his two key books that he's using. And then they've got a couple other reads in here that go with the American history theme and just digging into deeper things. He also has Bible with his homeschool studies. So these are the books that we'll be covering this year with that. So these are more of the history books that he's using in his curriculum. Then for his math, he's actually finishing up Algebra 2. He's been working on that all summer. And he's going to finish that pretty quickly, and he'll be moving into Saxon Advanced Math, which will have more advanced geometry, some trigonometry in there. I think we'll be covering some calculus as well. So he's excited about that. For his science, we sat down and talked with him. So far, he's had physical science, which is physical earth science. He's had biology. He had the chance to take chemistry this year, but he chose to forego that, and he's actually doing a physics course instead. He loves physics. So he asked if he could wait to do chemistry his senior year. I said sure, and he's doing a physics course. He's actually studying with a group and a professor that meets once a week doing this course, so he's really excited about that. And then of course we're still writing a lot of persuasive essays, making sure that you know how to ask good questions and write great papers. That's what a lot of these books are. And then this is all the literature he will actually cover this year. And once again, I love it that it's more American history based, so it goes along with his history, and these are going to be stories around the same topics that he's covering in his history. So he's doing Death of a Salesman, lots of great reads in here. But all these books he will be covering over a 36-week period for his school year this year. So that is the basic of their homeschool curriculum this year. We are really excited to see what this year has in store for the kids and us as a family. If you guys have any questions or looking for suggestions about the curriculum, I'll make sure and link up everything down below. Our main decision when we are homeschooling our kids, even through high school, is we wanted to make sure that they were always getting a curriculum that was teaching them logic, reasoning, sound thinking, but how to ask good questions and how they can apply those skills in the real world once they're done with high school. As far as decisions on what our kids are getting prepared for, we have always left college as an option on the table for them. Kenya this year is still exploring her options, especially with where her music might be taking her. But most of the courses that they're taking right now are college level courses, so that does help. But as far as when we talk to them about you have to go to college or not, we've always left that option on the table, that if the craft or skill that they are looking to major in or go out into the world and make their career out of, if it requires a college degree, we absolutely encourage it. However, if Lincoln goes into more of a trade, he is a guy that likes to work with his hands. He enjoys working on cars, loves airplanes. So we've always told him if a trade school seems to be a better route for him, we are absolutely 100% supportive of that. However, if he decides to get a degree in mechanical engineering, he's talked about aeronautical engineering, of course, we're going to support his decision to go to college. So hopefully with our curriculum that we have had over their high school, even junior high careers, it has helped set them up to be able to take whichever path they choose. So I know at the beginning of the video, I talked a lot about not only are we changing curriculums, but the schedules that the kids are keeping right now. So along with just being homeschooled, they also have the opportunity now that they have gone out and they have their jobs. So they do work. Luke and I let them work anywhere from 3, sometimes 4 days a week, but no more than 4 or 5 hour shifts during that, so they still have time to do school. They love working. We love the experience that they gain from just doing that and having a job and being outside of the house. But with that comes an extremely busy schedule. They aren't only just working, they're playing sports. Kenya has her music. They are doing youth at church. So just all the activities that these teenagers have. I know it can be hard at times to juggle everybody's schedule. So I wanted to share one more thing with you that has really helped out in our house, and I hope you find it helpful too. All right, let me bring you over here, and I wanted to share this with you. This is what has helped with our busy schedules and all the kids' activities and everything. I know it looks like a digital picture frame, but this is called the Skylight Calendar. And you come over here and it's a touch screen. And this I have absolutely loved. We'll make sure and put the link in the description below to this. But It's got so many features on it, and I'll just give you guys a quick tour. Hopefully you guys can see it. But right now what I've brought up is our calendar, and I can have multiple people in here, and the view that I'm showing is just for the week, but you can do the day, just the whole day, and everything will be listed over here with the month schedule over here. You can do the week, which I was just showing, or you can just do the full month, and it slides up and down. So what I love about this though is I am not the only one that can input something on it. You can actually use each person can use their device and add their calendar as they need to. The other thing we can do, of course, is add an event. So you just come right here if I needed to add something on the schedule. And so you've got dinner plan, chore, or event, and then you have your categories down here that you can select of who it is gonna go with. So I love that. And then along with that, it has chore lists that you can add, and then the other thing is it can have add to-do lists. So I absolutely love this. The other fun thing is you can add photos with everybody, and then once it has timed out, it just like you guys had saw in the beginning, it displays photos instead of our calendar. But I love this because not only do we have it in the home, it's actually an app that everybody can have on their device as well. And that is what they can each use it to add to their calendar. And it's also then available on their apps as well. So I love this because it keeps everybody connected. It's been a great use for us in our house. So once you get everybody's schedule up, I love this. It's a calendar. You can look at it via the week. You can change all the different views on it. And up here, you can have a category for each person that you're seeing. The other thing that you can import is you can do emails, you can do send spreadsheets, send photos. I love all the things that this does. The other thing it does is you can do meal planning. Here you've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. And one great thing that you can do in here is you can also edit and download like lists and different ingredient lists and everything. I love using the Skylight Calendar because it helps us keep everything in one place and everybody can see what is going on with all the different schedules. And with that, it then lets me see when I can schedule a good time for us all to be able to sit down and have at least one meal together throughout the day. So it just helps me plan out what time to have the food prepared and when everybody's going to be back through the door, and just being able to sit down and reconnect as a family at the table. So do you guys like your new school schedule and curriculum?
Yes. I like it a lot. It's great.
What are you looking forward to being your senior year?
A lot of stuff. I get to study a lot of stuff I actually want to study instead of just going through the typical high school curriculum. Most of this stuff is stuff I chose to study, which is great.
All right, what about you, Mr. Junior?
I'm really looking forward to just like the new curriculum. It's a really nice curriculum. I can double up some weeks and then be done early, and then it works a lot better with my schedule too, which is nice.
You glad to be a junior?
Yes, I'm glad to be a junior, finally upperclassman.
I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along with me, talking about homeschooling through high school and just seeing what we do to keep our schedules better organized. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.